Pepsi?
Coke.
Apple or Microsoft?
Apple.
Disney Plus or Netflix?
Netflix.
PlayStation or Xbox?
Xbox.
Warrior or Palacross?
Gate.
Mentality or physicality?
Mentality. That's how you get physicality.
Time travel or teleportation?
Time travel.
Hamburger or hot dog?
Hamburger.
NL or PLL?
NLL.
DC or Marvel?
DC.
Alright, and bonus question: Pixar movie or Disney movie?
Pixar. Disney's making money either way, though. They own both. So.
I know, but I'd rather go Pixar. So for that,
Okay.
you get an extra second, which is 24 seconds.
Nice. Perfect. Well, yeah, Pixar for sure. They make the best movies. Coco, Up, two of my like top five all time movies for sure.
Yeah, my top ones are Toy Story and Cars. So
Have you seen Up and Coco?
I have, I like Coco for the music.
Okay. Yeah.
Up is so so because I don't like feeling sad in
Oh,
it.
but yeah,
Sure.
it has the full range. You're happy, you're sad,
Yeah.
you're scared, you're excited,
Yeah,
full
I just
range.
don't like the feeling sad part. So,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. But no, there's not a bad Pixar movie if you ask me.
For sure.
Yeah. They're all good in their own ways, just different ranking for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What is one thing? Oh, that question did. I should have picked feeling better. You either pick the next NLL expansion. Where is it, and what is team name?
Oh, team name I'm not going to be able to do. That's for sure. Um, Maybe I'll repurpose a spot. Back probably the first 6 years of my career, the Swarm were in Minnesota,
All
and they'd
right.
always get like 8,000 fans to their games. It was a pretty awesome place to play. And when I was with Calgary, we'd stay. Everyone else would stay out by the Mall of America, but we'd stay in this St. Paul hotel that was right across the street. And there was this like little Italian joint down the road called Casetta's, and it
Nice.
was unbelievable. So I'd love to be able to go back there one day. So Minnesota, I need you guys to get back on getting a team. So
Yeah.
that'll be good.
Yeah. My pitch would be Edmonton Blizzard.
Okay, Blizzard. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So
Everyone says Nashville right away. I
I
think
think I've had a
Nashville and
couple guys say
Montreal.
that. Yeah.
Nashville and Montreal are the most popular answers. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. What's the craziest moment you've experienced in life so far? Can you
in
tell us about
life.
it? Yeah.
I'll stick with an NLL story. Like it's not really lacrosse related, but I think it might have been my second or third year in the league. We were playing in Rochester, and my sister was playing in the national championship for college volleyball up in Toronto the next day. So that night after the game, I was trying to arrange with like cancel my flight and arrange with any guy that was like living in the Toronto area to drive back with them. But none of them were really going close to where I was going. So I was kind of the next day, I was kind of resigned, like, okay, whatever. I'm going to miss my sister's game. That sucks. But, at least I'm going to get back to Calgary, get back
Yeah.
home. And then I don't have to deal with all that stuff. But I think there's 8 of us. We got to the airport the next day, and we were the last 8 to check in for the flight. And the flight was overweight. So the last
Oh.
12 people to check in were all kind of booted off this flight, had to find another flight home. And I'd been working everyone to try to get to my sister's game. So I looked at Andrew McBride in that moment. I was like, there's a couple other things that happened, but basically we ended up, Andrew McBride and me got left behind.
Oh.
Everyone else was on this plane, but we got left behind. And I looked at Andrew and I'm like, I don't care what we have to do. We're driving to go see my sister's game. And Andrew's, like I said before, Andrew's one of the best guys I've ever met, ever played with. I had the pleasure of being teammates with. And Andrew looked at me, he's like, no problem. We got on the phone with our travel lady. We rented a car. She rented us a car, drove up like the 3-4 hours together to Toronto. I dropped him off at the airport. And I
Nice.
had actually just turned 25, so I was allowed to drive the rental car, which was
Oh
nice.
yeah.
I dropped him off, and then I took off, picked up my parents, went to my sister's game, surprised her, and they ended up coming back. They were down 2-0 in the
Yeah.
sets. They won 3 in a row to win the national championship, and she was national MVP. So
Oh,
that's a
that's
pretty
awesome.
cool, wild experience. How things kind of work out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Totally. things happen for a reason.
Yeah, no, like honestly, there was like 5 or 6 times where I was like, "There's no way I'm making this game." And then by the time like that plane took off and Andrew and I were standing on the ground, I looked at him and was like, "We're like, I'm going for sure." Like, so basically, the of the 12 people that were on the flight,
Yeah.
someone came off the flight and said, "Hey, we have room for 8 more." Right? And
Oh
we all looked at each other. We're like, "We're 8 people." And this is after I'd gone from not going, and then they're leaving us behind. I was like, "I'm definitely going now."
yeah.
Right? And then they come out, they're like, "We have room for 8 more people." And we're like, "We're 8. Like, I don't care about those other 4 people. We're 8. We're getting on this flight."
Yeah.
And Andrew and me stayed behind to write down everyone's name on a list that was getting on the flight so we could get on, and then they could figure out all the logistics after we left.
Yeah.
And so all 6 of them walk on. Andrew and I are walking like probably 2 minutes behind him to get on. And the guy comes out, he says, "I said only 6." And I looked at Andrew and I'm like, "I don't care what we have to do. We're going. We're going." Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Any game day superstitions you have?
Too many to count. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Too many. Too many. I put my left side on before my right side. I eat certain things at certain times. Pre-game nap. One of the easiest things you could spot if you're at a game that I was playing is when the team's doing their cheer in the crease. I don't step in the crease before the game. Just kind of a superstition of mine that, like, I don't want to step in the crease during the game. So I'm never even going close to it, kind of thing. Yeah. So I do that. Yeah, bunch of different things.
Nice. Okay. If you could have a personal theme song that played whenever you entered a room, what would it be?
Oh, you might have to come back to me on this one. I don't know off the top of my head.
All right, we can come back to that one. What
I'll tell you, when I was like 20 years old, you could get ringtones on your phone, and everyone had a different ringtone back then. And I had Big Papa by Notorious B.I.G. So nice. There you go. Yeah, we'll go with that.
What is the weirdest food combination you've tried and actually liked?
Like, I'll tell you one that I do all the time that some people think is weird. Some people think raisins and peanut butter is weird, and I love raisins and peanut butter. Great combo.
Yeah, no, sounds interesting. I don't know if I would try it, but it definitely is unique.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. What team do you cheer for now you're not playing in the league?
Oh, I have a consulting gig with the Warriors, so I cheer for the Warriors. Yeah. I'm not cheering for them. I cheer for the Roughnecks because my brother's on the Roughnecks. I mostly cheer for him. Yeah. Forget about the rest of the team, right? So just him.
Yeah, you gonna be at the game this weekend then?
Yeah, no, I'll be there.
Yeah, no, it's funny because I moved to Calgary about 14 years ago, I want to say. 2010?
Yeah.
And from BC. I grew up in BC, so it's like I have a Vancouver Warriors magnet on my fridge and free Calgary jerseys, so.
Okay, nice. You can be fans of both. No one says you can't. Anyone that says you can't.
Right? No, I'm definitely a fan of both. And now Mouse is out there, so I'm very interested to see the game this week.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess as a defender, you didn't really have to deal with goalies much, but who was the hardest goalie that you didn't want to face?
Didn't want to face.
Yeah.
Because there's some, I'm trying to think of like who I scored on. Like some of the top goalies in the league, I had an easier time scoring on than like other guys, which is interesting. I'm not saying that I scored a lot of goals or anything like that, but I'm trying to think of like I would never minded shooting on Dylan Ward too much, like the limited shot opportunities that I got on him, but he's a great goalie. Always gave us so much trouble as a team. I'm trying to think of a guy like shooting on Mike Poulin in practice was always tough for me. He was like, when I got there, he was coming off a goaltender of the year, and he was just like right on his game. So I'd have to give, a shout out to him. And then maybe a guy, coaching the Junior A Saints out here.
Yeah.
My brother's got his connections obviously in Calgary, and Christian Del Bianco is always looking to take shots. So on Tuesday nights after our practices, Delbs and a couple NL guys always show up to the rink, so Delbs can take some shots. So we're working on an NLL size net for him this year because we just have the junior size nets, and obviously the regular 4x4s. So we're working on an NL size net for him this year, so he can take shots on the full size. It's awesome because like a bunch of our players stick around to shoot on him after practice. Really cool experience for them. And then the thing about Delbs is he's always going 100%. It can be like a mean nothing game of rebound, and he's like completely dialed in. So he's a tough guy to score on as well.
Yeah, no, I've had to score the chance to try and score against Delbs as well, and it's hard.
Yeah.
He didn't win goaltender of the year last year for no reason.
Oh yeah, no.
Actually, no, I think he won player of the year.
Yeah, MVP. Well, if you're a goalie and you win MVP, you get goaltender of the year too. On your way. So.
Yeah.
No, great player, good guy too. So.
Yeah, Delbs is a very good guy. Yeah. Okay, what was it like playing for 2 expansion teams in their first year?
It was an interesting experience. Like I kind of, I'm obviously in those last 2 years looking for a place to play and like contribute and stuff on the floor, but I'm also looking for, an opportunity to be like a mentor to younger players. And like those were 2 really good environments to, try to take on that role. It was really disappointing getting injured in Vegas there. The nice thing is they still brought me in for a bunch of weekends, which is really cool to be around the team. But it was really disappointing, to not be around the guys, especially for away games and stuff like that. But for me, it was a lot about like kind of trying to pass on and pay forward all of the, things that older guys had done for me when I joined the league. So that's kind of the way I saw it, and just really wanted to take advantage of that opportunity. You're going into a blank slate, right? The coaches, they have their idea of, the culture they want to institute, and the players, fully, trying to get everyone bought into that, and then also kind of start some team traditions on those teams. So stuff like Kangaroo Court and things like that, I tried to have, input on how that stuff should be done in order to, make it the best experience for everyone, things that I'd picked up from different teams in the league, and just try to have, be a positive impact on the younger guys. So, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I know. Being that role model is definitely cool going into it for sure.
Yeah, like I think about like everything that the older guys did for me. Like I could talk about Andrew McBride and his impact on my career for an entire hour. But like a guy like that who would on Monday night show up to our apartment and with pizzas and want to watch like Monday Night Raw or whatever with the guys, and just be like right into it and, keeping us company. And, like I said earlier, he had a school program that, he got us work while we were there and we worked for him. So that was really cool. And he'd always talk about, his experience when he was coming into the league and how guys like Tracy Kolowski, he really brought him along, and how they'd hang out outside of the games and like have dinners and stuff like that. So just being able to do that, I was down in Vegas for a week, and, I went to the guy's house and cooked everyone dinner and stuff, and just be able to do that, like I'm thankful for those guys giving me that opportunity to be, the veteran guy and like, give something to them. So it was really cool.
Yeah, no, definitely sounds like an awesome time for sure. Okay. Now we get to what I call my fun questions. The first one is you get to ask me a question. What do you want to know?
Oh. If you had to pick between Vancouver and Calgary, who are you picking? There you go.
Ooh, okay. I'm probably going Calgary because I've been here.
Okay.
Been here the whole time I've been into lacrosse.
I was going to say, if you moved there in 2010, there was no pro lacrosse team in Vancouver in 2010. So yeah. I figured you'd go that way, but that's the first question that came to mind.
Yeah, no. Okay, you now get to dress me in any swag from your team. What am I wearing?
I'd probably make you dress up in a suit and come to pregame and postgame with the guys. That's what I'd do.
Oh
Make you
yeah,
dress up in a suit. Yeah, yeah.
nice. Okay.
Or maybe, oh, the only other thing, because like other thing is like team jackets and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Maybe a mascot outfit. That's some team swag, right?
yeah.
So
No,
there
I
you go.
would
You can
definitely
be
be down
what's
to wear
the
that.
Calgary? What's the Calgary mascot? The honey badger?
Howie.
Howie?
Yeah,
Howie. You could be Howie.
yeah. No, I would definitely rock that costume for sure. Yeah. Oh, hey, you now get to nominate a former teammate. Who am I talking to next?
I'm going to nominate a retired guy, I think. Let's go with Garrett Billings. I mentioned his name a little earlier. He's a smart guy, got a lot of really cool opinions and ideas. And people forget he was the first guy to score 100 points 3 seasons in a row,
Oh,
like
wow.
dominant player. We played him one year, probably my second year in the league, and Toronto had 16 goals against us. He had 15 points.
Whoa.
So he was so kind of innovative and just a unique type player, just completely dominant. So yeah, I'd nominate Garrett. He's doing a lot of cool things with Delta Lacrosse too,
Nice.
with his kids there, growing up there. So yeah,
Nice. Okay, now we get to our 1 minute shout outs and shout out anyone you can and go.
I feel like I've shouted out a lot of people in retirement now. Like I just want to thank everyone that kind of helped me get to where I am now, and an 11-year career is pretty cool. So all my former coaches, like a couple names come to mind right away. I think about John Allen, Bill Bradley, John Kirkovich, Ray Manson, Kurt Malowski, Dan Perot. My dad was my first lacrosse coach. So I'll put him in that category, but he deserves his own category with my mom as my parents, just, raising me hopefully the right way and, taking me to all the practices and paying for everything along the way, which, we don't really think about how expensive things can get. So that was obviously huge. My brother, my sister, my whole family. So there you go. Shout outs.
Nice. You actually did the longest with 5 seconds left.
Well, I guess I just retired, so there's a lot to say. So
Yeah, no,
a lot
I
of people.
appreciate it. I've been wanting people to take more time with that section. So
Yeah. And then you know what? I'm going to take my 5 seconds right now and just shout out Poco Junior A Lacrosse and Poco Minor Lacrosse.
nice.
They've given me a lot of motivation and a lot of things to work towards now in retirement. Like a lot of guys, they retire and they're not sure what they're going to do next, or they don't really have that purpose. Outside of family.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of work to be done, and really motivated to do it. So yeah.
Nice. Hey, well, thank you for your time today, Travis.
No, thank you, Owen. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.